What is going on to you Sagittarius? So look, you Sagittarius have the King of Swords, the Page of Wands, and you have the Page of Pentacles. So there's definitely a sense of with this King of Swords here and this Page of Wands. Okay. So you Sagittarius are talking to somebody else, getting to know somebody. For you Sagittarius that are even in a relationship with someone, you're actually for you Sagittarius that are in a relationship, an established bond, you've been in one for like a certain amount of time. Y'all may have had some disagreements, but y'all are gonna do much better from here. Okay, you may have had a disagreement. For you Sagittarius that are not in a relationship, you're getting to know some people, right? You're getting to know some people. You Sagittarius are putting yourselves out there the correct way, and you're just waiting to see who is really a very good offer, right? Like a person who is your best option, a person who is going to be the best well-rounded for you in that sense. And so because of that, the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords, yeah, being hypergamous. But then again, everybody is, if we're gonna go ahead and go down that route and say that, one side is hypergamous, it's like no, factually both sides are hypergamous. But you're looking for the best option for you single Sagittarius. And for you Sagittarius that are in a relationship, like I said before, amazing, right? Amazing. We're not even gonna have to get on that. Amazing. There's definitely some things that you Sagittarius who are in a relationship are gonna have to actually work out between yourself and a person, because it seems like things are going wonderful for you right now. But based upon things that the person said that they're gonna do, based upon these talks that you had with them. But now you Sagittarius who are in a relationship, you have to watch out to see if the person's actually going to fulfill those types of requirements, those types of improvements that they say that they're going to do, right? And for you Sagittarius who are not in a relationship, again, this is about you trying to find the best person that's suited for you, which every single person is, right? Every single person is looking for the best option. Okay, so the Seven of Swords represents, but you Sagittarius are just trying to make sure that the person isn't trying to present themselves to be the best option, even though they're actually not. And that's fair. That's fair to say, because a lot of people do intentionally make it seem like, they really got something going for themselves, or they're well-rounded, and all it is that they're doing is they're fronting, they're renting, you know what I mean? They're trying to make it look like, and the reason why they're trying to do that is because they want somebody. But the way that they're going about doing it, they have to fix their own internal values, though. There's still some things that they have wrong that they really need to essentially fix, right? So the Death card and the Judgment here represents, like I said before, you Sagittarius, change some things within yourselves, address some certain issues that you've had. One of the most amazing things that you Sagittarius have had is the past relationship. Like I said before, it really had you really pay attention to the things that you were doing right, the things that they were doing right, the things that you did wrong, and the things that they did wrong, where they could have improved, where you could have improved, and what you're going to do. That's my cat getting into mischief. But what you're going to do later on, that's going to be an improvement from here. And the Judgment represents you needed to actually go through that situation with the person that you are getting to know. However, there's always some stupid stuff going on. But however, this is also a situation for you Sagittarius where Um, this is also a situation for you, Sagittarius, where one thing though too is watch out for people who are over judging you, right? Like you know, over judging you. And what I mean by that is, they don't know you, and they don't know you, and they already trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't know you, but then it's already like, oh, you Sagittarius, they not really taking into consideration your personal growth, right? And they're not necessarily trying to give you a space to express your personal growth. They're just thinking about your zodiac sign, because and what I mean by that is, a lot of times people don't be feeling like, I be trying to figure out if people really watch my YouTube channel sometimes. There's like more people that watch my channel, but they just not subscribed because like the my thoughts, right, goes into the ether. My thoughts goes into the zeitgeist sometimes, where it's like I'll have my own personal queries with this zodiac sign, but I'm still trying to understand it. And like other people will pick up and say the same things too. And I'm not bashing them for doing that at all. I'm just saying, like, nor am I saying that I'm affecting it per se, right? I'm not even doing it. I'm saying it from an ethereal perspective of an ethereal perspective, right? Where it's like people will look at Sagittarius and they'll be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like Sagittarius is incapable of doing this, Sagittarius is capable of doing that. And it's like, it really depends on what kind of Sagittarius you're dealing with. Can Sagittarius be narcissistic and really have some real issues, dangerous and all that? Absolutely. Sagittarius can be very caught up in that I am the elite, my boo-boo don't stink type of mentality. But, and this is the beauty of Sagittarius. The Sagittarius who can get out of their own narcissism has an advantage over the other Sagittarius because Sagittarius be doing too much sometimes. Y'all will be doing too much sometimes, where it's like you want, you know what I'm saying? Like, you trying too hard to be cool. You want people to think of you being cool. And there's nothing wrong with that as far as being cool, but you're doing it for the wrong reasons, right? That's what's wrong with it. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because you Sagittarius who has been doing the work, you're supposed to be beyond all of that, where the person judging you don't really know what you are about. They don't. And they're not going to, right? Some people will get it, some people won't, Like I get people tell me all the time that I'm looking for, and it's like, no, that's not what it is that I'm looking for. And they'll be like, well, yes, you are. It's like, you factually, you're incorrect. That's not what I'm looking, because they don't want to accept the fact that the majority of what's out is broken people, right? They'll say things about you, Sagittarius even, where they'll say things like, oh, you Sagittarius, y'all be getting with stupid people intentionally. And it's like, they don't even consider the fact that maybe the majority of people don't use their critical thinking skills. They just don't use their brain. They don't use their critical thinking skills. And it'll be like, no, it's just that you Sagittarius are intentionally choosing dysfunctional people. And it's like, what type of a person, like unless you're see, the only type of people who go after dysfunctional people intentionally are dysfunctional themselves, which means that they're trying to take advantage of those dysfunctional people, right? And make it seem like they're not dysfunctional themselves. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, if a person is healthy, what healthy person in their right mind, right? Like their North Star. And what I mean when I say their North Star, their direction, their spiritual direction is health. Why would a person choose to be with someone who's dysfunctional? Right? Like, and you have people who have this type of mentality and try to make that make sense. Like, oh, that's the, it's like, no, that's not the case. That's not what it is. Right? So this is what makes them, this is what kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like they gotta really, like, it shows the gaslight. It shows the fact that they're dysfunctional because they're trying to, again, sign language, shame, insult, guilt, the need to be right. It's like they don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? They don't, like, they don't, but again, it goes to show how advanced a lot of you Sagittarius probably are. The fact that people just gotta be essentially grasping at straws. Because in essence, you know, in essence, the same thing happens to me. People be grasping, like they be reaching hard. OD, they be reaching for straws, and they don't even, you know, saying stuff that don't even apply, saying stuff that so freaking ridiculous it's not even funny. You know what I mean? Same thing about you. So the Two of Swords is just about that too. The Two of Swords is like, so it comes off like you are defensive. It comes off like that, even though you're actually not. You know, I've got called a defensive by a Sagittarius before, and I was like, that's not what I am. And the person thought that I was being defensive because I'm straight up, and I don't mince my words. I just say what's on my mind because I'm brutally honest. So therefore I'm defensive. And it's like the mental illness, the gaslighting, the stupidity. Like, what does being straightforward and open and honest and transparent and being blunt and not being afraid have to do with being defensive? Being defensive is about trying to hide one's intentions, like the confusion, the stupidity. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, how did you get defensive if I'm being transparent, when defensiveness is about hiding and not transparency? Being cloaked, right? Cloak and daggers. It's like, what are you talking about? But this is what I mean when I say that the delusion is there, right? So the King of Wands and the Magician, it speaks to how a lot of you Sagittarius just don't be defensive. Okay, don't be on some Two of Swords type stuff. Don't be defensive when you Sagittarius go out and you meet new people. Okay, you single Sagittarius. Okay, don't be defensive if you are a Sagittarius who have a significant other. Be transparent with the person and watch how they move. If the person goes out of their way, this goes for both Sagittarius. If the person goes out of their way to do something to you that's going to mess with your internal peace, then it means that you need to leave them alone, because they're making it a point to do things that will intentionally grab your attention by messing with your internal peace. Check, right? Check. So the King of Wands now and the Magician represents, and don't stop worrying about friends and family trying to convince you that you're crazy. Okay? And what I mean by that is, if you can understand what I'm saying, and even though I'm gonna explain it plainly, right, as best as I could, self-improvement and finding a significant other, and this is one of the things that I learned as well, it really is an individualistic sport. It really is an individualistic practice, right? You have to get the person alone. You have to find out what they are about, right? You have to figure out what they are on. You not having someone hook you up for you. You Sagittarius have to be the ones that actually has to get to know who the person is. Question them. Find out what their internal values are about. You not someone else. The reason why it is I'm saying that is because people make dating an event where it's not an individual event. It's a team event, right? Allowing someone to make decisions about how good they think the quality of the person is. And it's like, ultimately, that's something that you Sagittarius have to decide for yourselves. What is the quality of the person? That is not something that you can actually ask the other person to be the defining factor in that, right? The last word on that, right? The end all to be all. That comes down to you. This is why I've stressed so much of an importance on being able to be a good judge or a great judge of character. Because when you are not a very good judge, because it's only you and the person that you're trying to get to know romantically. So the King of Wands now and the Magician, it doesn't matter about, you being single because you're legitimately looking for someone, right? Like, and again, take myself for an example, right? Because some people think that I'm dating a couple of people, or I have dated a couple of people in the past, dating a couple of people now, that they think that I'm particularly trying to I'm particularly trying not to be in a relationship with one person. And it's like, again, the gaslighting is so ridiculous, because how many times have I stood up here and I've said that I've dated when I was 14 to about 21. I was literally looking from 14 to 21, trying to find a significant other, one to where I can actually go ahead and essentially lock down as this is my significant other, my consort, my queen, my wife, my whomever you want to call her, and make her an honest woman and be with only her. I've said that before. I've said that in live streams, said that in videos, but yet you still have people who do this gaslight and stuff, and they make it seem like, well, you're intentionally looking for, and it's like stop, stop, really stop. And it's the same thing with you. You got people who you can't take serious. Like I get so many people who tell me that this is why I don't have anybody. Like, do you understand, Sagittarius, how many people have tried to gaslight me in my life and be like, oh, the reason why it is that you don't have a significant other is because you're not keeping them. And it's like, but then when I go back and I tell them, I've always disliked that, because when I go back and that's when a person says that to me, I automatically cross them off the list. Like, yeah, I'm not really rocking with you. Because what that says to me is you getting down with the rhetoric because you're not listening. I just told you, looking for somebody who I was engaged twice, looking for somebody who I could be in a relationship with, dated from 14 to 21 because I was naive and optimistic, looking for a wifey to actually be with, would have never have cheated. Does that sound like a person who's trying to play the game? No, it doesn't. But what part do you see? You such a gaslighter. What part do you think is about playing the game and mistreating significant others? Same thing goes with you, Sagittarius. You are going to have people that are going, this is what these two cards represent. You're going to have people who are going to tell you goofy stuff like that. Oh, you Sagittarius don't have anybody. And these are going to be from people who are quote unquote close. You have to cut those people off. You have to get rid of those people. You have to cut those people off. Anybody who's going to look at you with a bold face after you, Sagittarius, have busted your butt for how long of a time, and you've done the work spiritually, emotionally, mentally, you've learned from your mistakes. You're actually really actually trying to legitimately find a significant other for real, and they're still talking about how it is that you're not with somebody because of X, Y, and Z, you can't take these people seriously. They're gaslighting you. So you can't take them seriously. Because it shows how mentally ill they are. You think about it. You just told them that you're looking for someone to treat well, to be in a relationship with, and they're telling you that's why you don't have anybody. So how are you supposed to treat people? Like garbage? Like a transaction? Anyway, let's clarify the Magician. The Emperor, the Ten of Cups, Three of Pentacles, the Lovers. I'm telling you, you got a lot of short yellow bus people. You got a lot of that. The Knight of Swords. And then you have people who will say, then you'll have people who will come to my comment section, and it's every time I always say something, you always have some idiot that comes out of the woodwork that it supposedly applies to. I think they're lying, but it's always, well, why is it that you're saying stuff about short yellow bus? Because I know somebody personally who was in normal ed that wouldn't stop disrupting the class. They were disrupting the class so much to the point where they just got picked out of the class, and they ended up getting demoted to special ed. And I'm saying all that to say, on a higher level, the reason why I use the short yellow bus thing is not to clown anybody who is in special ed, but dignified, right? They are what they are, who they are what they are. I'm not bashing them at all. I know plenty of people who are in special ed who are quite intelligent and integral, by the way. I am talking about the individuals that would be considered normal ed, but act like they don't have any kind of good sense. They run around like a jagabat. They act like they stupid. They make a lot of dumb decisions. They're so worried about being an alpha and being the Indian chief instead of just doing what's real for them. They're so worried about that they will ruin a functionally good relationship based upon, I want to be an alpha. I don't want anybody telling me what to do. They'll say things and they will say things and they'll completely cross themselves in 2 sentences, but won't even be paying attention to the stupid stuff that they said. How come I can't find anybody? Forget about the fact that I'm over here and I'm treating my significant others or my would-be significant others like trash. How come I can't find anybody? I done went ahead and used this person's bank account and stole money from them, but I don't understand why it is I can't find anybody though. That's normal ed to you? Let's clarify the Magician. The Emperor and the Ten of Cups right here is about how, regardless of whatever it is that people say about you, just pay attention to what you're doing and don't care about what others have to say, okay? The Three of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Knight of Swords, you, Sagittarius, are actually learning how to get out of the friend zone, not the friend zone. You're learning how to get out of what people say zone, where you're actually learning how to start dating for you as opposed to what works for other people and listening to the stupid advice that other people are giving to you. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Peace.